work. Perhaps one of the things that we'll try to make sure on future calls is that maybe we'll try to explicitly ask some of the agencies that have been involved or in the midst of some of these significant change initiatives to reflect a little bit on their learnings. I mean, we have some material that comes out of, you may recall that there's been some published material from ECE and some of the others, but not a huge literature. There's the Jesna piece on making Jewish education work, and a Lippmann-Kanfer Institute paper that looked at a number of these. But I think there's definitely an opportunity looking at communities like New York and Hartford and Washington and Philadelphia and San Francisco, others in addition to Los Angeles. To do some stock taking in terms of what we have been learning in these focused change initiatives. We're at 1:00, and I think we've scheduled these for an hour. I don't know, Elaine, whether this was depressing or simply kind of chastening as we recognize that this is still a very complex picture that we're dealing with a lot of diversity, at least as I look at it, with many, quote, good things happening, but still, as Ed reminds us, with very little data to tell us whether it's really making a difference in the lives of children and families, and as Danny reminds us, with very little data telling us whether or not, in fact, the directions that are emerging really are responsive to the needs and desires of Amcha, the people who ultimately have to populate these programs. So our journey in terms of these webinars is certainly not finished. We have our next webinar, Steve, is on... what's the date for the next webinar?
It's March the 17th, 3 p.m. Eastern.
We're changing the time a little bit. March 17th at 3 p.m.
Eastern Time.
And Chaim Herring will be our guest presenter, talking about, based on his work over the last number of years with STAR and other projects that he's been involved with, what really is the future of the synagogue? What is the synagogue in the 21st century going to be like? Is that the horse that we want to ride in this effort? Is there something that is happening in the synagogue world? Are there things happening in the synagogue world that we can in some ways harness, to continue the metaphor, in order to move some of this change agenda in Jewish education forward with greater success? So that will be our next thing. There'll be ample pre-notification. And Steve, any final words from you as our maven and organizer?
Well, I don't know if I'm a maven. I don't want to cough a lot, but as I was listening, I heard lots of threads which, to me, really reinforce the intelligence of the discussions and thinking about the framing of the WOW project. I think that within its framework, we can respond positively to many of the issues which we found in this non-scientific survey. I can tell you, because we're not publishing the survey, that the people who are leading the major change initiatives, practically none of them responded to this survey. So that's also a piece of information just to keep there. So I wouldn't jump to all sorts of major conclusions, other than the fact, as I think everybody pointed out, this is a complex, paradoxical world in which we are all working very hard. I think that we continue to be heartened by our success as we go along, and should not be too frustrated by setbacks that come along as well. So thank you all for your participation. I'm sure Chaim Herring is going to have some interesting comments to make, and we look forward to your responses to his comments about the synagogue and its role in our world going forward, and that's non-day school education. I hope you voted. If you wanted to see the results of your voting, here's what we got. Well, okay. Look at that. Getting a little bit better each time. So thank you. Yeah, look at that. I see it 2/3 full, at least. Or not. So look, thank you all very much. Have any comments or issues that you want to tell me other than what's on our evaluation forms, please let me hear about it. I'd be delighted to talk to you about it. And thank you, John, and everybody else for your time and effort in bringing together this webinar. And you too, Jenny. Thanks, everybody. Have a good day.